Texas Music Chart with the Dirty River Boys.
Hello.
Guys, welcome to the Cluttered Corner.
Thanks for having us, man.
Where's the Dirty River?
Well, Dirty River, we are from El Paso, Texas. The band originated in El Paso, and the Rio Grande runs through that city. So that's the Dirty River that we're talking about. And
yeah, it's not one of the top 10 dirtiest rivers in the country.
It's not a dirty river.
Yeah,
it's
muddy.
It's muddy.
It's muddy.
You know, but and I
I
think that was when we were shouting out names 5+ years ago for this band. I think Muddy Water Band was probably one of the first things we said, or something. You know, like it was
Isn't
like a
taken?
muddy something. And then we're like, nah, DRB. Yeah, so,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's just it's a muddy
river.
Muddy river.
How'd you guys get together? Did you know each other for a long time?
Travis and I started playing, about 6 years ago, I guess,
Something like
it
that.
was. And then we met Marco through the local El Paso music scene, and we convinced him to go
Quit his band.
quit his band, quit his job, and go music full force. And that's
Play
when
with us.
Yeah.
You know.
that's when the Dirty River Boys started.
Where'd you find this guy?
And we found him.
Couple years on the road.
Yeah. Marshall Foster, our old tour manager and booking agent at the time, actually knew CJ, and we were looking for an upright bass player at the time. And he came out and played a show with us at River Road Ice House, and winged the whole set.
Wow.
And so then he jumped in the van, and the rest is history. Yeah, it was about 4 years ago.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first music you heard? Stuff that probably influences what you do now?
I do.
Yeah?
It's yours.
I remember waking up to my dad ironing and playing The Police.
Wow.
And most stuff that would be played in El Paso, my dad listened to the local rock station in town. And I think they play the same damn music today as they did in like 85, you know what I'm telling you? But I remember The Police.
Yeah, I think one of the first musicians that really made me think about writing songs and the way songs are arranged is Ryan Adams.
Mm-hmm.
His album Gold, I think I bought it when I was maybe 13 years old. Like I was listening to a bunch of punk rock back then, loud, fast, heavy music. But I remember hearing that album and hearing the song New York, New York, and just the way that the production came together, and then the words he was writing and singing, it really made me think. So that's mine, Ryan Adams.
CJ?
My dad's an old country singer from way back. So I grew up with George Jones. Solid, old, tear in your beer.
Was he a guy who just sang for himself, or was he a professional?
He still plays,
Oh, yeah?
like local gigs and at bars, and plays the old country, like Hank Senior, George Jones type stuff.
What does he think about your music?
He likes it.
I mean, there's enough country in there to satisfy country.
There's just enough to.
But you guys have a rock feel as well.
Yeah, that's all right though.
I think what I've gathered from CJ's dad, he's a character if you ever get a chance to meet him.
All right.
Chuck Reiniger, but I think he really likes that we're unique and different than kind of what's out in the scene these days. He's probably gone out and seen live music, but sees a lot of the same sometimes. So, he just, I don't know, we kind of, in the last few years, we've been just kind of like balls to the walls.
Rancid.
Rancid,
Your dad's been
yeah.
listening to Rancid?
Yeah.
That's
Really?
Guy.
That's great, man. Yeah.
I remember his favorite's Lars Frederiksen now.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
They were in pulling me over the
I
trick. He's like,
can see him doing covers now.
Yeah.
We left you out.
Oh, that's all right, man.
Okay, fine.
It's all right. Come on, boy.
Man, I gotta tell you, I think the first songs that I started singing were old Elvis tunes. I was about 7 years old, and I was singing Elvis, and I sang one Hank Williams tune back then. It was Lovesick Blues. But all that yodely stuff that's got going on in that song. But I grew up with the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, little Bob Dylan, and some old
I've never heard of those guys.
old Latin music.
Or that.
My dad specialized in Latin folk songs, so yeah, grew up with a little bit of that as well.
And you guys hooked up with Corey Morrow.
well, our manager, manages Corey, and kind of 4 years ago.
Tell me about the writing process on that song.
Yeah, well, it was, he came over one day, and, a lot of people that we meet on the road, they're always kind of saying, like, hey, let's write a song together. And let's get together one day. And I think half the times you're like, all right, yeah, we'll do that. It never happens. But I think one day we called Corey up, and he was like, sure. Or he called us. We got serious about it. So one day it finally came over, and we just sat down at a table and kind of hashed it out. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
What can you add to that?
Well, I mean, Corey was one of the first guys that we opened for coming out
Yeah.
of this scene,
Mhm.
and he allowed us to open quite a few shows and really helped us out to begin with. So it was cool to get to write with him this song. We had a little ditty in mind, and we sat and wrote it with Corey, and I think we're all happy with how it turned out.
Yeah.
Who had the first idea? You guys or Corey?
I think Nino, like he originally had a chorus.
I think
What's now the
chorus.
chorus? That's what he had, and we kind of set that as a foundation and just built off that. Yeah.
What do you guys like about the Texas scene?
It's the support, man. Like I don't think there's any other scene across the country that is as supportive and as they are in Texas. You can tour Texas the whole year and play a different city every year, and people will come out.
Very strong sense of community.
Yeah.
That is really great.
Yeah.
And I've always said when I talk to people about the Texas music chart that there's no Delaware chart.
Yeah.
Right,
know?
right.
There's
Right.
no,
There's no
yeah.
cohesive
Right.
scene.
And it's, you know, we're not necessarily Texas country, but we've
No.
been accepted by all the folks who love it, and they've showed us, like, I mean, we wouldn't be here without the Texas country scene and all the fans here in Texas.
We would have tried to tour and play and do what we're doing the last 4 or 5 years, and just try to go out of El Paso, go up to New York, and then
Mhm.
head west. I mean, I think we'd all have gray hair and just like
Let's not-
I'd probably
let's not go there.
I'd be asking one of you for $20 right now. I guarantee you that. Like,
Too bad.
so like, you know, like it just Texas
You always
opened
ask me
up.
for $20.
Right. Texas opens up just the opportunity, and I mean, the bands are really genuine and cool. You know, like a lot of bands out there support.
Tell people where they can find you online.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, dirtyriverboys.com, all those social media outlets. I think we're on Vine, you know. Probably have MySpace, Friendster, you know, ShareBear.
I'm
everywhere.
sorry we didn't do this on Vine so we could have done it in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we didn't do this on Vine so we could have done it in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we didn't do this on the Dirty River Boys.
Oh, that was good. That was
That was
good.
good.
Oh, 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 oh,